still Hustle Daily. What's up, Hustle Nation? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Ray Big Play coming to y'all with another video, and we about to do a continuation to this story time right here. Now, if y'all remember this story time right here on our right, it says her baby daddy was shot in the back in the middle of them getting freaky by his girlfriend. Now, they came out and said the girl was lying and stuff like that. Now, I did release the story time about the lion video. So that lion video is right here about her lying about the whole situation. If y'all are not following We Still Hustle Daily 2, you tripping and you slipping. I'm going hard on this channel just like I'm going hard on this channel, alright? So you're gonna get videos every single day on this channel, bruh. Every single day, man. You feel me? So make sure y'all tap into We Still Hustle Daily 2. Alright, so now they're saying it's a guy who done came out and basically saying that he knows her and something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it's about. Shout out to y'all for sending me these videos, because a lot of y'all be sending me these in Instagram, so I appreciate y'all. So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. So somebody actually sent me this video that we're about to do right now. So I just want to make sure you guys are subscribing to all the channels. I don't want y'all to miss anything, because I released a video about her lying on the second Storytime channel, which is We Still Hustle Daily 2. Don't get it confused. We got We Still Hustle Daily. We got We Still Hustle Daily 2. And y'all, if y'all don't know, this is where it all started. We hustle daily. You feel me? This is my big channel. Now, this don't got nothing to do with story times, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, y'all can subscribe to this channel too if you want. This is my biggest channel. I've had this channel for a long time. But let's go ahead and get in to the video of, and I already know which one. All right, let's go ahead and get into the video of her, the guy who came out and said she lying. All right, make sure y'all like the video. Let's go.
All right, here we go, y'all. Part one of Still Surviving Bipolar Cutie. We'll start from the beginning, how I met her. I met her through a cousin.
Now, I'm not sure if this is the guy who was supposedly shot, because they were saying that the guy was still alive and this, that, and the third. Now, I don't think that's this guy, but I don't know. We about to figure it out. I'm trying to figure this shit out, too. Who the fuck lying on this motherfucker?
And, you know, I was older than them, maybe about a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and she would come over to my cousin's house all the time. And at that time, I was living with my cousin, and kind of hit it off. Maybe after just me initially meeting her, and then she ended up having a kid, and we started dating. It didn't last long because I just felt like I was too young to be a stepdad and all of that. Being that I was just a senior in high school. 10 years later, fast forward, I moved to Houston, and you know, I got a notification on Facebook from her, and we just hit it from there. It went quick.
My bad. The dude said he was the husband. I'm tweaking out. My
bad. And we started just talking over the phone and everything, and then shortly after that, she ended up moving here, and I was okay with that. Now, I'll keep the context in the frame of I love love. I love being in love. I love being with the partner, but at the same time, sometimes you get blinded by the needs and wants. Once she got here, it got hot and heavy really quick. And when she got here, my cousin was also living with me, and maybe I'll say a couple of months after her being here, that's when it was stated to me that she was pregnant. I was in disbelief at first, but because, again, I'm a hopeless romantic and I just want to be happy and try to get it right after being divorced twice and married twice, I tried to try a different way. And after she told me that she was pregnant, I didn't believe it at first, but, you know, I knew we were hot and heavy and everything. But when the time progressed and we moved on with it, like a couple of months or whatever, then she started speaking about marriage. And at this point, I'm confused. I don't know what to believe. I know I like this girl. You know, I'm living off where we were when we dated 10 years ago. And, you know, you guys have to remember, you got to be cognizant that people change. People go through things, people change. And to follow your first heart. Was I given notification that I need to be careful? Yes, I was. Given notification by relatives. However, you know, when you're in the headspace of wanting to try to start something that's going really good as you've seen, then you continue on with it. So through the process of the marriage, I didn't want to do it at first. She just kept pushing the issue, acting like she was going to unalive herself to get me to do it, pulling on my heartstrings, and just when I did decide to just go forth with it, we did it in the courthouse here in Houston. After the marriage, that's when I really started to realize I messed up. I really, really messed up. Like, I started seeing the pattern of lying. I started seeing the pattern of people before me that she was dealing with and how toxic that was. But at this point, we're married, you know. And it's like once I realized that I had been duped into this marriage just so that there could be a father for the kid, it was kind of like already done. But I'll tell you this, I'll never take anything from the fact that the kid was in my life and that I was there, but I felt like I was just manipulated, you know. And that's just the beginning of it. After I realized and started realizing everything, then it got to a point to where, you know, things got worse before they got better. Listen up, everybody. I want y'all to know that I'm never here for clicks or views or popularity or anything like that. I really am doing this because on her YouTube page, she posted a text between us where I'm receiving child support papers for all 3 kids, but she's saying she didn't do it. So when I go over to YouTube and I see her taking what we've done in a text message as of last week and putting it out there as if I'm the bad person, and of course you're gonna pay for these kids, and I got 5 kids, and all of that, like, that's the only reason I'm here. I'm never gonna come and let somebody send for me. Let's just be honest about it, for one. And for that person that said they needed to see my eyes, here you go. I'm not really one that likes to be in front of the camera. I really like to lay low, but at the end of the day, there's nothing for me to capitalize on this because the kids are the ones that's really suffering. Let's be honest about it. I don't do this for clicks, views. I don't do this for popularity. I don't do this for anything. I've never wanted to be an influencer. I never wanted to make money off of things that happen in my life. However, I refuse to let someone else tell my story, and it's all lies. I've dealt with this most of the marriage, if not all. And at the end of the day, you could take from it what you want or not, but I will tell you that I hope that this helps somebody, because I'm still mentally dealing with it, y'all. I'm still dealing with it. She's saying we're not married. We're still married. Do I still want to be with her? No. I just don't have the money and finances to do it. I got to go fund me. You know, I just created like a week ago, but I just didn't want to be out like that when it relates to like asking for money or things like that. But I'm in a position where I have to just, at the end of the day, I don't have the funds, and my story's been told from a perspective that's not only not true, but it's grown up to be salacious so that people can believe it. But I also want you to take from this that I am a person that was in this marriage for years, and I was a person for many years that things didn't seem right. But you know how you don't have 2 and 2 to put it together? And then when you out of this situation and you can sit back and look at and say, oh, that's why this happened, or oh, that's why that happened. Now it makes sense. Hindsight is 2020. Don't be quick to judge. I'm not trying to piggyback off her. Like, make your money, baby mama. Make your money. But at the end of the day, don't do it at the expense of the kids. Don't do it at the expense of the person who was really the only person that helped you out. That's all I gotta say. You know, I'm on my lunch break and I'm trying to eat something, but I can't even eat because since this thing's been going wild and out of control, you know, I was okay until I saw a text message between she and I where it clearly has my picture at the top of the text message on YouTube, and it has my name, and it's a text message between us that says reasons as last Thursday and Friday. And she's only giving you the piece that she wants, saying that you put me on child support for all 3 kids. Because she and I both know they're all not mine. So, you know, do what you want to with that, but I'm a real person. I struggle with anxiety because of it. And hurt people, man. I just can't bring myself to be up here just crying for y'all. Because I don't want y'all to think that I'm in this with her, you know. But at the end of the day, it hurts, guys. It hurts.
Okay. And I guess we have a picture here that does kind of look like him. That is bipolar cutie. Somebody say, "Bitch, you look happy as fuck. To me, when y'all were together, he wasn't beating on you. Bitch, you look rough as fuck right now compared to how the fuck you looked when you were with my brother." Oh shit. He left your weird ASS, I guess I say ass. I really don't know what is happening at this point. The only thing that just stuck in my mind, that nigga say he ain't had the money to get I guess to get a divorce. So in my mind, I'm just a different type of nigga. All I'm thinking in my head is, why the fuck would I get married? It's so easy to goddamn get married, and it's just so hard to get a fucking divorce. This shit is crazy, you know? So, but I don't know what type of money you need. I don't know how much money you need for a divorce and shit. I don't get into that shit. Y'all know, big play. I ain't trying to do all that shit. Y'all, the girls in 2025, I don't know what the fuck going on with y'all. So, but so y'all let me know what y'all think going on. I don't know, but I don't know.
How y'all doing out there, man? Here we are again, but this time it's gonna be a little different. You know, I'm gonna keep it like straight up with y'all. Like, let's do a little quick Q&A since she making posts and she's still lying through her teeth. Let's start out first with a narcissist. How the hell am I a narcissist when you done killed all people? Let's get that straight first of all. There's no way possible I'm a narcissist. I cannot be the narcissist if you're the one killing all people and everybody caught you in your lie. You still saying these people dead.
Oh shit.
Did you forget that guy that you pregnant by is my classmate?
Oh shit.
That's my classmate.
Damn.
And I know these people just like you know these people, just like everybody in Cleveland, Mississippi know these people.
He don't. I don't think he mean like she killing people off, like killing them off. I think he mean like in the story you telling people that these people are passed away and they're not. I think that's what he mean.
Number 2, because I got notes written down here. Situation with the baby daddy. How I found out about the baby daddy, I had to go over there and have a conversation with him after I found out about he existed. After I found the letter in between the headboard and the mattress, I went over there and had a conversation with the man the next day. Matter of fact, I got the whole thing recorded. This is how I found out that the baby wasn't mine. They went and had a paternity test one day while I was at work. Yeah. Go figure. I didn't threaten him. We talked like men. Matter of fact, I had his number for a while outside of that, but she was AWOL. Now, this elementary piece situation she talking about, have your way with it, baby. Do whatever you want to do, but I'm quite confused on how, if I'm touching on little boys, I'm still in education. It's public record. You can look up my license. I'm still in education today. I wouldn't be free, or I wouldn't be in education, or you wouldn't give our child to me if that was the case. If I'm over here touching on people, why would you give me our child? Let's make that make sense. And how long we've been together? We've been together a year and a half before we separated. There's no legal papers to show that we've been separated. I ain't been served none. If she tried to serve me some, or she tried to do some, I ain't seen none of that. So legally, now legally we're not, but we are separated. We've been separated for a while. Now, at the end of the day, when it comes down to the fact that she's saying that, oh, now he want to talk about it, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it since I had our child getting his divorce set out and amicably doing it. So I'm quite confused on why would you come on to here to try to get clout and just run my name into the ground like that if we had already sat down and talked about everything. No, the reality is you was trying to sit up here and set me up. Trying to act like you're playing nice guy, but really what you're doing is sitting over here trying to goddamn railroad me. No, lawyer, the little kid is not the youngest. No, the youngest kid is not mine. No, Abiel is not mine. Paternity test. There was a paternity test done with these kids. She don't know about it, but it was. Maybe she know now. And maybe she want to change her story about what kids are really mine and what kids aren't mine. So you can ride with it, do whatever you want. I done went from being DL to being a person who does things to little kids. Like, come on now. Pick a struggle. Matter of fact, how about you sit your ass down somewhere? Because the reality is, even if Pig is or isn't my sister, even if she is or isn't my sister, she lived with us and she knew what happened. You can sit here and try to throw me under the bus to her or whatever. But the case still remains. She lived with us and she know what happened. And you live there too. Do whatever you want to do. That's a little quick Q&A for y'all. But I'll have y'all to know that I ain't going back and forth with her about this. But I think I need to make sure y'all know the facts. And like at this point, you still over there believing that, go ahead with it. Then we're going to bump your head against the wall trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, I ain't trying to bump my head against the wall and figure all of this shit out. I really don't know what the hell is going on in this story. If she lied, if she didn't lie, or whatever the case is. I'm honestly just like really doing it because everybody has been sending it to me in Instagram. But y'all know me. I'm a nigga that keep going. I get the fuck on. I go to the next story. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't know what the fuck going on with this story right here. Like, who came out and said she was a lie, though? The only like her story, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if y'all go back and y'all go to my second Storytime channel, We Still Hustle Daily 2, and y'all listen to that story, I mean, the story sounded similar. I went to the Facebook of the dude who had supposedly passed away. I think that's him. I don't know, y'all. And now I don't know really what they got going on right here either. Like, you know.
All right, y'all. Here we go. A little proof. You look up here.
I believe that this is her husband for sure. They are still married. Yeah, I believe this shit. Yeah.
This is the marriage license. This is.
I want to know, is the nigga who she pregnant by, who she said was shot on top of her having sex, is he still alive? That's what I want to know. That's the nigga that need to come out and be like, hey y'all, I'm alive. But he probably a nigga, he don't give a fuck. He probably don't give a fuck.
Public record, okay? That's her name. That's my name. Here's the license. Here are the dates that they were issued, received, married, and processed. It's still valid. I know y'all like proof over here. So here we are.
Yeah, I believe that's just her.
And
yeah, I believe him.
That last baby, the dad, he is not unalive.
Where he at?
He is still alive and well.
Where's ass at?
And we've been married 11 and a half years before we separated. Again, just search Houston marriage license and put in her name or my name, and it will come up. All right, y'all, ain't nothing like a little bit more evidence here. This is a paternity test that they took while I was at work. How did I get this? When I talked to the guy, I took a picture of it from his phone. The kid's name, his name, 99.99. Now, when this was sent here, you guys, did the girl that stayed with you get you put out? Or did our daughter get you put out? Let's normalize not weaponizing the kids. Now, this here is an agreement that we agreed upon together However, it was not signed. She didn't agree to it. She's just using this as a way to say that we are legally separated. Nothing was filed. Lastly, that little letter I told y'all I found between the headboard and mattress, there it is. And you know, the guy was ready to file criminal charges because she was keying his car, busting his windows on his balcony, and putting letters on his neighbors' cars to tell them that he's sleeping with their significant others. Narcissists? That word's been used a little bit too loosely here. This is the letter that the police station said he had to send to the house if he wanted a restraining order. All right, y'all, I'm back again. I'm going to give y'all what y'all want, man. Y'all ask for receipts. Y'all ask for everything. I'm just going to give y'all receipts, man. You know, just end of the day, I don't want to waste y'all time. I don't want to take you down a hole that you think is a rabbit hole. So what I'm going to show you next is the recording of when I went to the dude's house. I want you to listen to see if it sounds like I'm threatening him. Listen to how the conversation ends. So I'm going to turn my camera, and then I'm going to let it play. You just listen. Here's the letters that she was leaving on his neighbor's cars. Pause if you want to read it. Here is more of the recording.
Is that the dude right there? I don't know what's going on here. I wonder if that's the dude right there. Who is the dude we talking about?
I know that recording was a little bit too low for y'all, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it back, but I'm just going to put the phone to the mic. Here we go.
Same person. I'm like, somebody faithfully buying Pampers every week, my nigga. Like, hey, me, that's me. That's me sending her all the crazy shit she's sending me. You feel me? She talking about child support and stuff. Okay. That's how much she wants. She was trying to say the baby was in daycare. She lied. She lied. Every time I say, send me your work schedule at the daycare, she came. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. I'm gonna holler at you because she taking the McDonald's, though I got your number. Right. But I'm gonna holler at you though, bro. Don't tell her. Oh, you don't fuck with her.
What up, y'all? I'm back, man. I know I look kind of rugged, but I'm gonna be different tomorrow. But let's talk about just finishing this off now. Let me address a few things before I start it out. Anybody that's questioning me being married, you know, twice and divorced twice, like I'm kind of concerned. Like you probably got 5 baby daddies that ain't doing nothing for your kids, but you over here that ain't never tried to marry you, but you over here worried about, you know, that's a red flag. What's a red flag is you ain't never been married with all them kids. But I digress. So let's move on. This situation of her constantly responding and posting, that's what I'm doing right now. It's not the story, the full story. It's just me getting my part out there. And let me make something else clear. I'm looking for help. I'm looking for help. If there could be someone that could help me, you know what I'm saying, legally with trying to walk me through the process or something like that. So that's what I mean when I say I'm not here for the clicks and bakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a situation where it just is what it is. So let me address a few things. Domestic DV didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. For all the people that's concerned and got empathize, I understand. I empathize with people who's gone through DV. My mom went through DV. You know what I'm saying? So I empathize with that, but that never happened. You got to also understand you deal with a person that's diagnosed bipolar. And mind you, I didn't know she was diagnosed bipolar through our marriage. So at the end of the day, it still boils down to you don't know what you're dealing with. And lastly, I'm gonna say this right here as it relates to me, like putting it in a frame for y'all. I was gone for a year. I was gone for a year for a reason. I'm human. When I went through that after 11 and a half years, almost 12 years of dealing with being gaslit, being manipulated, lied to, you sometimes lose reality of what's real and what's not. You sometimes become what you've gone through. I had to have myself committed after that, y'all. I had to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? I got the help I needed, but I realized like quickly after, when you lose kids that you think are yours and stuff like that, as men, we don't get a lot of grace. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We don't do a lot. We don't even push legal stuff like that because we're men. But I was manipulated. When it comes to her talking about, oh, I left for a year, I've been doing it for 11 and a half years. I really hope you ain't out here, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with guys and making babies for free. So there's no way possible that you could think that you're out here and broken. All that is my problem. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's the consequences of your actions. When it comes down to the fact that I'm hearing this last video of her saying, hey, he took the car, the car was in my name. That was my car. Why would I give you my only car? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? She had the kids. Yes, she did. But you got to also understand that I had to choose me. I had to choose me. Because I started listening. I'm starting to think like, if I'm messed up here, how am I going to be any good for the kids? My noodles were total unscrambled behind that, man. So, like, use your logic. Don't worry about, what it seems. I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. I really don't. All this talking about she slept on the floor. Did you sleep on the floor or did the white man help you move the bed? I think you need to make a choice on your lies. I've been told you're a horrible liar. First you said y'all slept on the floor with nothing. Then you said the white man helped you move in the bed and all that. Did y'all sleep on the bed or did y'all sleep on the floor while the bed in the apartment? Come on now, make that make sense. There's so many ways to where, she makes herself look stupid. And for me, y'all saying you giving the story already? No. If you're going from page to page, you realize that I'm responding to the nonsense she putting down. And why am I responding? Because I think y'all need to know. You can have your opinions about it, do whatever you want to with it. But at the end of the day, she's a straight lunatic. Yeah, a straight lunatic, man.
Alright. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. That's definitely her husband still. As far as the domestic violence that she said she was going through, I just want to know if the man that she said that was shot in the middle of them having sex is dead. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. But unless that man comes back out, we ain't going to be touching this story no more. Alright? So I don't know what's going the fuck on around here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see exactly what the girl lied about, if she lied. Because the second story, if y'all go to We Still Hustle Daily 2, y'all listen to the story, it sounds similar. The only thing that don't sound similar is that she didn't know. So in the first story time, she was like, oh, I didn't know that he was messing with somebody, the guy that got killed. And then in the second time, it was kind of like she knew a little bit. And now, that's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully my brother get the help he need. And hopefully, shit. yeah, man, they worked this shit out. You know what I'm talking about? But I want to know if my boy is still alive. The man that she say who passed away on top of her while they were having sex. I need that news article. That definitely should have been a news article. Like, that motherfucker's been on the news for sure. So, I ain't seen it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rock with me. Y'all think he lying? I mean, she lying about the guy getting killed? Y'all think she telling the truth about the guy really that got killed? I don't know, man. But like I said, we not touching this story no more. But I appreciate everybody who done sent me the story in my Instagram. I appreciate y'all. But if y'all find a nigga if the nigga's still alive, send me that shit. Send me that shit. Other than that, we gonna let these two do what they do. This is husband and wife business. And I'm going to stay the fuck out of it. All right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me, man. It's your boy Ray, Big Play. Make sure y'all subscribe to all them Storytime channels now. Peace.